All right, here we go. Start of round 3, which would be turn 6 of the 1942 setup of the BBR rule set. Russia has $46. They're spending 1 to move a factory, 20 on a bomber and 2 mechs, and then the remaining 25 on 3 heavy tanks, an infantry, and a mech. Looking at the battles, once again, the yellow chips are movements, trying to keep myself in line with what I want to do. The orange are the battles. So it looks like there is 2 in the north and then 3 in the south of Russia. So let's get those rolling. First, we'll send out our planes. This tactical is coming from Ukraine. We'll have a movement of 3 left. This fighter coming from Ukraine will have a movement of 3 left. These 2 fighters will come from Ukraine, 1, 2, and they will have 2 movements left. And now for the land forces from the Ukraine, 4 infantry, 1 heavy tank. That is your battle against a German infantry and German heavy tank. In the Ukraine, or Western Ukraine, I've got a tank and a mech coming in from the Ukraine proper, and 1 infantry from Bryansk. Belarus, added an A. I got an infantry coming in from Smolensk. I've got an artillery coming in from Archangel, and 1 of my 2 tanks in Moscow, along with the 2 planes. In the north, 1 man, 1 heavy tank. Karelia, 2 men, and I'm going to chip out 1 of these heavy tanks. So that chip will be somewhere. Did I knock it off? Nope, here it is. All right, so 1 heavy tank. Get that out of there. That was to remind me to bring a tank in. All right, so in Karelia, 2 men, 1 heavy tank going up against 1 man. Vyborg, 1 heavy tank, 1 infantry going up against 1 man. Let's get over on the other side and roll some dice. Let's see if that will set there where we can see. Well, we can almost see the action. All right. So we'll start at the top and work our way down. 2 infantry at 1 and a heavy tank at 4. And you know what? The German defends at 2, so I'm going to roll them all together. So you got your 2 1s, a 4, and then the German is the red 2. 1 and 1. So 1 German, 1 Russian. Begins the casualty pile for the next round. All right, so the next one down is a 1 and a 4 for Russia. And we'll do the same 2 for Germany. We'll roll them all at once. 1 and 1. I don't like these odds. So 1 Russian, 1 German infantry. So those are now, well, I'll wait, count the money up at the end, or income, I should say. All right, so the next battle, I'm going to have a 4 for the heavy tank. I have 2 fighters at 3. 2 for the infantry and artillery, because the infantry is boosted up. So there are my dice. I'll have to roll this separate because they have the same color dice. Ooh, only 1 hit. So the Germans, returning fire, have a 4 and a 2. Get those out of there. 1 hit back. Oh, this is getting old. All right, so 1 German infantry and 1 Russian infantry gone again. I don't like this 1 to 1. All right, so I got a 2, 4, 2 3s. 2 hits. Would have liked to have had that the first time. The Germans defending with a heavy tank at 4. Dang it. We're still at 1-1. Not liking it. All right, the next battle down is a heavy tank, a fighter at 3, and 2 infantry at 1. And in this battle, I can roll the Germans as well because they are the 2 2s. Oh, ugly. Same dice, nothing happened. Oh, damn, you gotta be kidding me. 2 for 2 again. So infantry and a mech for 2 artilleries for Germany. All right, well, that leaves a lot of single units on the front line. Not good. All right, final battle. I do have a tactical that I will be using target select on the heavy tank. Let's keep it at 100%. Oh, spoke too soon. All right, so I have 4 infantry, so that'll be 4 1s. I have a 4, and I will roll this separate. Here's the Russian roll, 1 hit. That figures. The German roll is a 2 and a 4. 1 hit. That's how this whole round is going. So 1 infantry, 1 infantry. All right, so now I have 3 infantry, 1 tack, 1 heavy bomber. Or heavy tank. That's what I needed on the first round. Doggone it. And then the Germans have 1 heavy tank back. Of course. 1 for run the whole stinking way. The only good news for me is all I lost basically was infantry. I did lose 1 artillery. All right, so let's get on with the movement. And I'll go back around the other side so that you're not looking at the map upside down. Maybe you don't care. All right, Beria, no points, but we do take it. Ukraine, 2 points. Belarus, 1 point. And Karelia, 1 point. Vyborg, nothing. So that is 1, 2, 4. So that means Russia's up 4 to 39, down to 47. All right. Let's land our planes first. Now let's clear out some stuff. All right, this movement. We can rail 3, so we're going to rail these 2. 1, 2. I guess if I had it on the where I was going, we're railing from Ukraine. 1, 2, 3. So a tank and mech is in northwest Iraq. The actual factory movement was Stalingrad, moving into Caucasus. Infantry from Rostov is heading to the Caucasus. That tank will stay. That anti-aircraft gun will move up 1. This plane will land. This plane will land. So it didn't really need the markers. All right, on the north, these 2 planes will come back to the Ukraine. So it didn't really need that marker either. All right, he just walks into Baltic State. That was a battle in the first or the second round where both sides were eliminated. So the territory did not change hands. All right, this destroyer heads over here to my convoy, or not my convoy, my naval task marker that I'm convoying the crap out of Germany, hopefully. All right, next moves. I didn't mark these guys, but they're all sliding into Leningrad. And we're going to break up this anti-aircraft. I didn't bring an anti-aircraft gun over. Dadgummit. All right, so taking off that gray chip because there was 2 in Leningrad. I was not fully prepared. All right, and the AA is going to slide in with that heavy tank. All right, so while I'm thinking about it, all right, let's do this. Siberia rail all the way down to Amur. And we're going to move one guy from Siberia into Amur. All right, so this is going to be, I can rail 3. I don't want to rail that one. I'm going to move that one into Bryansk. My goal here is to rail these 3 guys, 1, 2, 3 into Leningrad. All right, so those are done. I've got a random chip here where there's nobody. That must have moved from somewhere. Oh, this guy. He's sliding in there. All right, so I got that tank left to move. And I think we're going to move the tank to Novobransk. Or you know what? I can build my stuff on the front line, so I really don't need it up there. I'll leave it there. All right, so there's where the units are moved. Let me double check. See if we're good. All right, so let's place some stuff. I moved the factory already, so we're done with that piece. The bomber is going into Moscow. All right, so I probably should have picked all the pieces up for Moscow at once. The Ukraine will have 3 units that I can place. So we're going to do 2 tanks. No, we're not. We're going to do 2 mechs and a tank. And we're going to put those into the Ukraine. Forces are looking a lot smaller. All right, the one guy is going into Caucasus. I can put 2 there, but I only want to put that 1. And then the final 3 units go up here in Archangel. And I believe that is it. One thing to note is that this destroyer in Global 40 blocks all these naval units. But in BBR, it blocks 3 naval units. Now, he only has 3 because the transports don't count. So the carrier, destroyer, and sub would all be blocked. And part of that rule is the transports need a naval ship to proceed through the blockade. So that is a complete block on the north side, in case anyone was wondering about that move. All right, looks like it's time. Whoop, wait a minute. Wait. The money. And Lend-Lease. Let's roll that Lend-Lease dice again. That's just a darn shame, isn't it? Because that's what I got last time. And on the Lend-Lease card, a number 3 is a tank or $3. I'm not sure I want $3. So I will put that chip under that tank for my Lend-Lease. And I have the standard 3 for controlling Siberia, Urals, Ukraine. 3 for controlling the pro-Axis territory of northwest Iran. And 5 for controlling 3 of the following: Stalingrad, Baltic, East Poland, and Leningrad. So that is 11 plus the 39 I have, so that gives me a total of 50. I do like that. All right, so let's count them down. That's what I was gonna forget there. In C Zone 125, 1 sub, 1 destroyer, the second largest navy in the Atlantic, right there on that card. All right, we move over to Karelia. 1 heavy tank, 1 infantry. Viborg, 1 heavy tank. Leningrad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 3 heavy tanks. Archangel, 3 heavy tanks, 1 mech. Baltic States, 1 infantry. Belarus, 1 heavy tank, 1 anti-aircraft gun. Russia, a bomber, 2 infantry. Novobrinsk, 1 heavy tank, and I need to move those guys because I hate saying that one. Togunska, 2 infantry. Amur is up to 3 infantry, 2 artillery. Siberia, 2 infantry. And let's go down. Western Ukraine, 1 heavy tank. Bryansk, anti-aircraft gun. Bessarabia, 2 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 1 heavy tank. Ukraine, 3 fighters, 1 tactical bomber, 2 heavy tanks, 2 mechs. Caucasus, 2 infantry. Northwest Iran, 1 heavy tank, 1 mech. Now it's time for Imperial Japan.